Our mission, fellow Canadians, is to help Africa join the club of the First Nations. In all the world, it's only Africa as a continent that has all its countries categorized as poor. There is not even one single country in Africa that is categorized as a second or a first world country. None at all. Not even one. America, Europe, and Asia all have developed countries, but none in Africa. But it was not so from the beginning. In the 1970s, Kenya was at the threshold of becoming a first world. Its first world status was beckoning. It was within reach. And this was because of the commitment and the help of Canadians. Hundreds, ladies and gentlemen, of Canadians were stationed in Kenya in the 1970s. They were helping in all sectors of Kenya's economy as advisors. Then you left, and development left with you. That's the pain. You left, and development left with you. All studies show that when the advisors left the country, the economic growth and performance from early 1980s began going down. While the United States remained strong in South Korea throughout the 1970s and 80s up to now, South Korea turned to the right corner in the 1970s. In the 1980s. While Kenya at that time made a U-turn. So while South Korea made the right corner, turned the right corner and went ahead, Kenya made a U-turn in terms of development. Since then, Kenya has missed every opportunity to turn in the right corner or to make the next U-turn and get back to the right development lane. Kenya is still driving on the wrong side of the road. South Korea went on to become a first world and today is the 12th biggest economy in the world. Fellow Canadians, Kenya, on the other hand, is still a poor third world country. After your departure, where Kenya dipped down, yet your help had made it and brought about a very strong economy than South Korea in the 1970s. Ahead of South Korea in the 1970s, Kenya today in reality should be the 9th or 10th biggest economy in the world today, if Kenya continued on the path that it was in the 70s, with the high growth rates of over 6% and continue on track in matters to do with the governance, if it stopped embracing corruption and kept on the path that South Korea kept, and with great support that the United States of America made to South Korea, today, Kenya would be either the 9th or the 10th biggest world economy. Today, it is not. It is far much behind. It is still a third world country, as you can see. Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Canadians, alas, Kenya is still a third world country with no clear roadmap, vision, plans, nor deadlines as to when it shall depart from the third world rank into a first world. I am giving a roadmap that in 10 years alone, Kenya should be a developed first world country. That is, in 2032, Kenya shall be a first world country, an advanced nation. Please join me. Please support me. Please help me. Donate $1 or $2 or $3 or any amount you can afford at GoFundMe. Then type, help Dr. Joseph make Kenya a first world country. If we can support each other in Canada and just get 1 million of us donating $1, $1, $1, I will be able to go to Kenya in May this year to go and kickstart the process. Help me raise the first installment of $150,000, $150,000 to begin the first step to make Kenya the first country in Africa to be a first world and a developed nation. Let's try again. We were there in the 1970s, fellow Canadians. Let's go again and build that economy to become a wonderful country in the continent of Africa. At this point, may I thank and reach out to one eminent Canadian, Rogers Hughes. And I hope, Rogers Hughes, you may hear me wherever you are. I have been looking for you. I have not found you. If anyone can assist me to find Rogers Hughes, I will appreciate. He was an eminent advisor on debt management in Kenya in the Ministry of Finance in the mid-1990s. When I worked with him in 1994, 95, 96, 97, Hughes mentored me as a young civil servant. If anyone knows where Rogers Hughes, let him know I am in Canada and I'm here because of a very good act he did to me back then when he was in Kenya, which opened the door of me coming to Canada, this great and humane nation on planet Earth, Canada. Canada, may God bless you. Rogers Hughes, I'm here like Terry Fox, trying to make a difference in people's lives, for we must leave the world better than how we found it. Canada is a country that is a good Samaritan by itself and by its nature. I would like also to reach to Professor Chosudovisky. Chosudovisky, Prof, you left a mark on me during your brief work in Kenya as a researcher. It will be an honor for me to meet you and let you know the spark you left in me when I took you from Nairobi to Mombasa via Tsavo National Park, and we had a very lengthy conversation and talk along that 500-kilometer stretch through the Tsavo National Park in a government Peugeot car. That spark you began in me is still sparking. It hasn't stopped. It is still sparking with the glowing flashes. The research we did then is still fresh in my mind. Like Terry Fox, let's not tire. Let's go back to Kenya, fellow Canadians, in the resurrected spirit of Terry Fox and make Kenya a first world country in 10 years. If we don't, most countries in Africa, including Kenya, shall remain in poverty for the next 200 years if the past 60 years development pace and record is anything to go by. Let's pick Kenya and we give ourselves 10 years to bring forth Kenya into a developed country fold. Let's just lift one country in that part of the world out of this condition where poverty torments the citizens from morning to evening and from evening to morning, 24/7, 365 days, and where it torments them from birth to death. Let Kenya be that #1 country to become the first world in the African continent. And yes, this we can follow fellow Canadians, through the Terry Fox-like determination of all Canadians. I'm seeking your help to begin this journey, and this first step this year, 2021, which will culminate Kenya becoming a first world country by 2032, and all other African countries will become first world countries shortly thereafter, but definitely not later than 21-22. We must keep the spirit of Terry going, which was about just keep going, however hard and impossible it may appear, no matter the circumstances. Fellow Canadians, with your support and help of $1, $1, $2, $10, or just any amount, we will be able to raise $150,000 to kickstart the process. Fellow Canadians, the end of the 21st century is nigh. It's beckoning. May Africa not end the 21st century with the shame of poverty and as the only region on earth without a single developed country. Help so that Africa does not enter the 22nd century with all its countries falling under the third world country. Ladies and gentlemen, the 22nd century is just around the corner, and there is no signs whatsoever today that just one country in Africa can be a first world, leave alone all the other 54. It will be embarrassing. It will be embarrassing. That's why I'm praying, I'm requesting Canadians, help me. Just by donating $1 or $2, we go and make one country in Africa, Kenya, become a developed country. Let Kenya, fellow Canadians, cover Africa of this shame. Let's make Kenya a first world country, and we cover Africa of this shame. Let us take this first leap of faith in 2021, and let you, wherever you are in Canada, be the first one to put the first $1 towards this glorious anticipation by donating $1 or $2 or $3, just an amount, at the GoFundMe website, and type "Help Dr. Joseph make Kenya the first world country in Africa." Ladies and gentlemen, it's a mission we can accomplish, and we can be able